I remember when I first started YouTube, I wanted everything to be perfect. And boy, oh boy, was that the biggest mistake I ever could have been made. Maybe you're starting your YouTube journey right now and you think that, like, oh, well, I have a very special vision for my channel. And I'm waiting because I want to make sure that my first videos are good. And I want it to be like this really special thing and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, well, that's a recipe for failure. And let me explain why. It's a recipe for failure because you aren't actually going to be able to create the perfect plan without feedback from the algorithm. The algorithm is your friend, not your enemy. When you pick one person inside your niche to speak to and speak to that person consistently, the algorithm becomes your friend, not your enemy. And so by what happens is you're like, oh, well, I want to have this perfect plan and I want my videos to be really, really special and unique and I want to stand out from the crowd, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to edit. Let me take 5 hours to like learn how to edit. Oh, it's so frustrating. I can't do it. And so I'll work on it tomorrow. And then you work on it tomorrow. And then the next day it's like, oh, I'll work on it tomorrow. And then on the weekend, oh, I'm not ready. Let me keep watching YouTube tutorials. And then you just repeat that cycle week after week after week after week, month after month after month, and guess what? Your channel didn't grow. Why? Because you didn't post any videos. That's why. And so, especially in the beginning, like you can't afford to have this perfectionist mindset and this special mindset. Let me talk about this really, really quick. You're not special. You are not. Your vision for your channel is also not that special. Okay, it's cool. I'm sure it's great. But the problem is, what happens is a lot of time beginners come in with a vision and that they're so emotionally tied to the vision, they're not willing to have an imperfect start so that they can earn their way up to that vision. What's more likely to get you to your vision for your channel? Starting imperfect and posting once or twice a week, maybe sometimes once a day, depending on what topic or what genre you're in. Different niches lend better to different frequencies of videos, so it's kind of subjective to what you want to make. What's more likely? You posting consistently, imperfectly, and learning from each and every upload and getting better, and then while you're doing that, keeping the vision in the back of your mind, okay, like that's 3 years ahead. You keep posting imperfect videos that are not necessarily quite up to your vision, but you keep posting them consistently, and then you get your first 1,000 subs, and then you cross 4,000 hours of watch time, and suddenly you're making a little bit of money. Now you can spend the money on better equipment or an editor to edit your videos faster and get you closer to your vision. And eventually, over the next 3 to 4 years, boom, you hit your vision. Or you could do what I did, and a lot of other beginners watching this video right now are, you can be like, oh, well, I'm not ready yet. I want it to be perfect. I want to have a perfect start and get nowhere for the next 3 to 4 months. It's your choice. By the way, if this is something you're struggling with, I help YouTubers with this all the time. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I just monetized my second channel, and it's growing pretty darn fast. And so if you're a factory worker or someone working full-time, you don't have a lot of time to grow your channel, but you want to anyways, you should click the link in the description. You can book a free call with me. I'll help you out. I'll help get you sorted. And so I definitely recommend you do that. And that, my friends, is basically why you shouldn't try to be perfect in the beginning. So what should you do? Replace perfection with specific and intentional. Here's what I mean. It depends on what niche you're coming into, right? And the niche that you choose and the style of video that you choose, it should be one that you can actually do fairly easily. Like, think about it. Say you get home from work. You've had a long day. It's very, very tiring. You say you worked an extra hour. You worked a 9-hour shift. And you're tired. And once you have your dinner, oh, your stomach is full. You don't want to edit. You want to watch Netflix, this and that. And then you got to write out this really complex and nuanced and detailed, highbrow, artsy-fartsy script. And it's so exhausting. You just don't even want to look at the screen. And then you're going to have to film from multiple different camera angles. You're going to have to put the camera over there. And then you'll have to put it over there. Then move the lights over there. And then do this and do that. And then you have to wait for the weather to be nice so you can film outside. And then you got to put it all in your editor. And you got to spend 10 hours editing it. That stuff ain't get done when you're exhausted after work. Or you could be smart like me and sneaky. And you could just deliberately choose a niche that requires no editing whatsoever. And you could just rant at the camera. Like what I'm doing right now. I just got off a shift at work. I just finished my shift. I have a full stomach. I'm bloody tired. I don't have to do editing. I don't have to move the camera around. It's right there in front of me all the time. The setup, 30 seconds. My clothes are back there. My clothes are in there. That's a very functional setup. I didn't have to set this up. Those lights, they're always there. I don't move them. It took me 30 seconds to get this shot. Not bad if I do say so myself. But this is what I'm trying to communicate to you guys. If you're short on time, you have to work your way up to your vision in baby steps. You can grow any style of video as long as the audio is good. The audio can't be trashed. The one thing that you should spend money on is audio. You can turn your 4K camera in your pocket into a webcam pretty easily. That's not hard. Right? And you can work your way up. And so what should you do instead? Reduce the amount of effort required to set things up and produce the video itself. And then take the time that you saved and spend it understanding your audience so that you can give them what they want. And you may ask, well, John, my audience expects me to have these highly produced editing videos. But I can't make those videos. Then that's not your audience. They will never be your audience because you cannot make the videos that they expect. Good news, probably within your niche, there is a whole other subset / group of people that are tired of the overly produced and over-edited videos. They're tired of the Mr. Beastification of everything. They like having raw, laid-back videos where you're just honest. And you're just your truest, honest self. And it's like they're talking to their friend, and it's just so refreshing because it's not fast-paced, in-your-face, hey, you gotta do this and that and that. I'm Mr. Beast, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are tired of that. And I can almost guarantee you, within whatever niche you're in, there's a group of people that want it more stylized, and then there's a group of people who are tired of that, and they're more than happy to watch a very simple, raw video of you just explaining something that you're either passionate about or an expert in. Two things. You can either be an expert, but don't worry. If you're not an expert, just be an enthusiast. Just start out as an enthusiast and eventually work your way into expert. Okay? We start small and we scale up over the next 2 to 3 years, right? And that's honestly the biggest thing that you can do for yourself is making sure that when you're choosing your niche, you're not just choosing your niche. You're choosing a specific audience member in that niche that you can actually deliver value to. And so if you choose your niche and then you choose a specific audience member in that niche that demands the most highly produced, highly edited videos, well, guess what? Even if you try to make those videos, you're not going to please that audience member because you're not giving them what they want, even if you try to, because you don't have the skills to yet, and that's fine. You can learn the skills over time. Why not save yourself the trouble and make it easier for yourself by choosing to cater to the other audience member within your niche that actually likes the laid back, the chill, less edited, non-scripted, less complex, easy to film, easy to make, easy to upload videos that you can actually make. You should choose the audience member within your niche that you can actually deliver value to. Value can be information or it can be entertainment. What kind of entertainment do they want? The authentic kind. The real you kind. The kind that doesn't require mountains and mountains of editing and all of this effort that you actually don't know how to do and end up procrastinating on for months anyways, and your channel gets nowhere. Maybe it's time to stop trying to be special and start trying to be pragmatic and deliver value to the people that you actually can deliver value to. Stop trying to be special. Stop trying to be Mr. Beast and reinvent the wheel. Go find other successful creators about between 1,000 and 10,000 subs, close to you. 1,000 is fine, maybe less. And look at the kind of videos that they're doing to serve audience members within your niche. Understand that audience member from those videos. Find the videos that you can actually make. And then you want to find the videos. You need this cross section between videos that you can actually make on a weekly basis with very little skill and very little time, because again, you're busy, you're working a job, you probably just got home right now eating dinner and you're just like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's like, well, yeah, you're tired. It'd be so much easier for you to make a video right now if you didn't have to do all this and that and to please an audience member that you're probably not going to please anyways. And then you want to find a video style that is also an outlier within your niche. What is an outlier? Outlier, very, very simple. It's a video that has more views than subscribers on the channel. So you go to your niche, find YouTubers in a style that you like, in a style that you can produce that have about between 1,000 and 10,000 subs. And then you look for their most popular videos in the last month. And you see if they have any videos that have more views than subscribers. If they are in your niche, and the video that they made within the last month that has more views than subscribers is also the style of video that you can easily produce, that's the video you should copy. I'll say it again. If you find another channel in your niche, about 1,000 or so subs, you look at all of their videos from the last month, and you find a video that has more views than subscribers, and that video is also in a style that you can easily reproduce, that's the video you should make. You should copy the title, copy the thumbnail, copy the topic, and most importantly of all, you should take the time to understand why that thumbnail and title actually worked. What you do is you take a screen grab of it, you give it to ChatGPT. Then you zoom out on the entire channel, take a screen grab of the whole channel, give that to ChatGPT, and have ChatGPT do an analysis of the audience and why the audience likes watching that channel and how they deliver to the audience and how their best thumbnails create curiosity. Then you take the thumbnail and title of the video that you want to replicate it, give it to ChatGPT and ask it, why did this thumbnail / title work better than the other videos? Look at what it says. Think about it. Work through it a little bit. And then recreate the thumbnail and title that does the exact same thing that thumbnail and title did. And then do the same for their hook. And then just be your authentic self throughout the rest of the video. That's more or less what you should do. This whole, oh, I'm special, I have a special vision for my channel. Yeah. That's like a 3 years from now problem. Your problem is you can't even post a darn video and you have less than 1,000 subscribers. Get past your first 1,000 subs first. Get monetized first. Then we can start honing in the real vision of your channel, fine-tuning things, adding stuff like that. But honestly, until you get like your first 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours of watch time, there's no point in trying to be special or establish a vision for your channel because no one's going to watch it anyways. So, those are my thoughts. Cheers, bye. Also, I got a 4-hour course right here. You should watch it. Also, link in the description, whatever. I'll see you there.